Intro.
One moment.
In these times, when everything is getting bigger and bigger, we want everything to go faster. We require more of ourselves, our peers and the systems we use. We are in need of more, better and in-depth information, whenever and wherever we want it. We don't want to be restricted to our PC, but also want the information on every device we have at hand.
We are open, committed and innovative. We never stop learning. We work with clients and colleagues to deliver outstanding outcomes. We seize the innovative. Who we are? We are Logica. We are Hans Bouwers, Rod Beren and Ronald Kanijnenburg. We will enter this contest to show the possibilities of SAP HANA by combining it with SAP Business Objects Data Services, SAP Business Objects Explorer and our own developed speech-driven BI solution Siri Meets HANA. Through this solution, questions can be asked and will be answered directly, all this on a database of more than 800 million records. Let us take you on a journey around 3600 times as fast as you were used to go and will jumpstart your membership to Vishal's 100,000 club. Our customers from the finance, retail and oil and gas industry have been struggling for years with a massive database growth in volume and its related problems. One of our clients, a major gas company, transports hundreds of billion cubic meters of gas through tubes with a length of thousands of miles annually. Every minute, thousands of records are being written to their database. After a short time, the table contains hundreds of millions of records and the challenge really begins. The ETL process from a data table to a reporting cube happens once per day, but often lasts more than 24 hours. After 24 hours, the ETL process begins again, with the previous loading process often not even finished. Result: incomplete reports. The solution: SAP HANA.
What we see now in front of us is a calculation view which is showing our so-called balancing scenario. We have written this down in the business case as being a business critical scenario. In a normal BW environment you would do this calculation via APDs and that will take literally days. With the script we have built here in HANA, this takes almost no time because we can do it on the fly. And this is of course the power of in-memory and the power of HANA. So I will not bother you too much with the details here, but what I will show you is the result, because of course that is the most important part. What we see here is an Explorer. We see the so-called graph belonging to this balancing scenario. So what we have done is we have taken the calculation view and we have created an Explorer view out of it. Now what we have here is the moving sum of the imbalancing for a shipper for a certain portfolio. Now this is very important for a shipper because now he can determine whether or not he should put more or less gas in the network, the so-called pressure. This blue line of course is the average and the red line of course shows the discrepancies between, let's say, too much or too little in the network. So this is not good, this is less bad, but on average he should have a balanced scenario. Now the great part again is that this is done on the fly, there is no calculation run, we are literally doing this at the spot. This scenario will show the capacity exceeding. This capacity exceeding scenario again is built in a calculation view, which is shown on the screen here. So this is the content of our scripts, which is giving a certain output. And this output again is picked up by Explorer. This is the details of our script. I will not go through that bit by bit, but I will show you the end results in the Explorer view. I've got now in front of me a couple of things. I have a certain contract selected, which is in this case is 40,001. I have a flag and I have an allocation date. Now what this is showing me is that all records which have a capacity exceeding are flagged, which is in this case is number 1. So what we see is the contracted quantity, we see the maximum allocation for a certain contract and we see the exceeding amount for a certain contract. Now why is this important? Because the shipper will get a penalty if he has a exceeding quantity at a certain day for a certain contract. So what we have here is a massive amount of records which are listed in the database per day. We have the maximum allocation in blue, we have the contracted quantity in red and we also have the exceeding quantity.
In this scenario we have the possibility to ask Siri for the details of a contract. We can ask for the allocated quantity and Siri will give the answer via speech. We can also do this in a visual way. Siri will show a picture of the contract containing the details of it. I will demonstrate that by saying contract 5000 and Siri will show me the contract.
The great thing about Business Objects Explorer is that you can not only look at your reports in the web via the Internet Explorer, but you can also look on devices like iPads and iPhones. Now, what's so brilliant about this software is that you only define your reporting once, and then automatically this reporting is also transferred to your mobile device. Now, how does that look? I will show you now. Launch Explorer.
One moment.
What we see now is the exact same report as we've shown before in the web, but now it's ported to the mobile device. And of course, I've got all my different views available. Hannah,
Yes?
quantity contract 5,000.
One moment. Today's allocation is 270 units for contract 5,000. Thank you for your time. Siri and the guys hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as we did developing it in HANA. The guys would love to get more details. We hope we will get the chance to do this in Palo Alto.